Building deeper emotional connections is a desire shared by many, but it often requires more than surface-level gestures or words. By blending Stoic principles with meaningful interactions, men can cultivate a sense of trust, stability, and genuine connection with women. Stoicism teaches us to approach relationships with patience, intentionality, and emotional balance, qualities that naturally foster attraction and connection. This approach emphasizes that connection is not something to force, it is something to nurture with consideration and presence. When aligned with Stoic values, small, meaningful actions like a tender touch at the right time or a calming presence during tense moments speak louder than words. By mastering the balance of emotional insight and steady action, men can unlock a more profound ability to connect, bringing tenderness and authenticity to every interaction. 1. The soft touch on the hands. When it comes to creating deeper, more meaningful connections, the soft touch on the hands can be a powerful, yet understated form of communication. It is a tender gesture that speaks volumes without the need for words, weaving a subtle thread of closeness and trust between two individuals. While Stoicism often emphasizes inner strength and composure, this delicate form of touch reflects the importance of emotional intelligence and warmth. Balancing the Stoic traits of calm and control with soft, intentional touches can deeply enrich any relationship. The hands, being one of the most expressive parts of the body, hold a unique significance in nonverbal communication. A gentle touch on the hands conveys care, vulnerability, and attention, showing her that you are present in the moment and attuned to her feelings. This seemingly simple act has the power to soften emotional barriers and cultivate a sense of safety, as it reassures her of your genuine interest and investment in the shared connection. By mastering this form of tactile communication, Stoicism is given a refreshing, human element, offering silent support while maintaining steady composure. One of the most beautiful aspects of this touch is its spontaneity. Whether it's a fleeting moment when you hand her something, lightly brushing against her fingers, or offering a supportive hold during a conversation, these soft, unbidden touches speak of sincerity. They create an unspoken dialogue that strengthens emotional bonds, even in silence. However, it's vital to ensure that the touch is soft and non-intrusive. Being gentle and natural matters deeply, as an intentional yet subtle approach makes the gesture feel genuine rather than calculated. Such tenderness reveals emotional depth and respect, two qualities that women often find deeply reassuring. Furthermore, timing and context play a key role in making the soft touch more impactful. Introducing this gentle physicality during calm or intimate moments, perhaps during a heartfelt conversation or while sharing an experience, can magnify those feelings of connection. Respect for boundaries and her comfort level is paramount, and paying attention to her responses ensures that the touch feels welcome. This mindful approach reflects true Stoic strength, recognizing that vulnerability and respect can coexist, forming the foundation of stronger attachments. The essence of the soft touch lies in its ability to ground her in the present moment, creating a connection that feels both authentic and unspoken. It evokes a harmony between strength and kindness, perfectly aligning with the Stoic ideal of balanced emotions. By focusing on these small, spontaneous interactions, you affirm not just her presence, but also the extraordinary depth of your bond. 2. The touch on the back of the neck. The touch on the back of the neck is an incredibly tender and intimate gesture that has the power to deepen emotional connections in profound ways. This touch often carries a sense of vulnerability and trust, symbolizing care, affection, and a willingness to protect. When performed with sensitivity and intention, it can be a powerful way to convey feelings without saying a single word. Why it matters. The back of the neck is a subtle but deeply sensitive area often associated with comfort and reassurance. A gentle touch here can stimulate the release of oxytocin, often referred to as the bonding hormone, which promotes feelings of trust and emotional closeness. This type of touch can also evoke a sense of warmth and emotional safety, reminding her that she is cherished and cared for. It's a gesture that transcends physical touch and speaks directly to her emotional core, strengthening the invisible bond between you both. For many women, this particular touch creates a balance between affection and respect, making her feel seen and valued. It is a nonverbal way of saying, "I admire you and I'm here for you." The intentional softness of this touch transforms it from a mere physical action to an emotional connection that fosters intimacy. How to use the touch on the back of the neck. To make this moment meaningful, it's essential to approach it with a sense of mindfulness and care. Choose moments when the setting feels calm and her emotional state is at ease, perhaps during a quiet conversation as you share a laugh, or as you walk close together, gently grazing the back of her neck with your fingers. Always use light, tender pressure, just enough to be felt without overwhelming her space or movement. The gestures can range from softly placing your palm near the base of her neck to a barely there stroke with your fingertips. This gentle approach ensures that the touch feels natural and comforting rather than forced or invasive. Pay attention to her body language. A small smile, a relaxed posture, or any other signs of comfort are indicators that she feels a connection through your gesture. If she leans into the touch or responds with her own signs of affection, it means the bond is deepening. The power of intentional connection. The key to this touch lies in your intention. When you approach it as an avenue for genuine care and closeness, it will carry more meaning than any words could. The back of the neck is a symbolic space, representing trust and vulnerability. By touching her gently here, you are telling her that you respect and value not just her physical presence, but her emotional and spiritual being as well. Ultimately, creating deeper connections with someone lies in understanding how small actions, like a touch, can hold immense emotional weight. This tender and mindful gesture opens the door to a connection rooted in mutual appreciation, care, and respect. It is a subtle but impactful way to embody the values of Stoicism, calmness, strength, and thoughtful action while nurturing a relationship built on love and understanding. 3. The touch on the face. The touch on the face is inherently delicate and deeply personal. It carries a level of tenderness and warmth that can break barriers and speak volumes without words. When done thoughtfully, this gesture fosters emotional intimacy and underscores a connection that goes beyond the surface. Women often respond to such meaningful acts when they stem from genuine care and respect. This type of touch symbolizes admiration anchored in sincerity. Lightly brushing her cheek with your fingers or softly caressing her face sends a clear message. It shows her that she is cherished, and it validates her importance in the relationship. The face is one of the most vulnerable parts of the body, so when someone is allowed to touch it, it signifies trust, comfort, and a willingness to be emotionally open. However, this form of touch must be treated delicately, as it carries profound emotional weight. To create a meaningful moment, timing is essential. Select quiet, intimate moments when emotions are naturally heightened and space allows for undivided attention. For instance, a soft touch on her face while making eye contact during a heartfelt conversation can turn the moment into an enduring memory. It's important to ensure the atmosphere is calm with no urgency or distractions. This relaxed setting invites openness and fosters connection. When you adopt this gesture, authenticity is paramount. Avoid scripted or awkward movements. Instead, allow the gesture to flow naturally as part of an intimate exchange. Your goal is not to impose, but to convey tenderness. Overthinking the touch might create unintended tension, while an exaggerated or forceful attempt could feel invasive. The beauty of this moment lies in its simplicity. The way your hand feels soothing against her skin, or how the gesture reinforces your emotional understanding. A touch on the face can be particularly grounding when a loved one faces uncertainty, doubt, or sadness. A gentle caress during moments of vulnerability assures her that she is seen and supported. When paired with calm and encouraging words, the power of such a gesture multiplies. It reminds her that she is valued and safe in your presence. Remember, the essence of this touch isn't about creating forced closeness. It's about symbolizing affection, solace, and respect through a thoughtful gesture. These small, significant actions can deepen the bond you share, reinforcing a safe emotional space where mutual trust and care blossom. After all, a touch on the face isn't just a physical act, it is a profound expression of your connection and love. 4. The touch on the arm. The touch on the arm is a remarkably understated yet powerful way to connect with someone. It is an expression of care that requires no words, but carries great meaning. When done with genuine intention and kindness, this simple gesture can help to foster a sense of trust and emotional closeness. Women, like anyone else, value moments where they feel seen and supported, and the touch on the arm can communicate these sentiments in a subtle and meaningful way. This kind of physical touch is gentle and respectful, making it a safe form of connection when appropriately used in the right contexts. For example, during a heartfelt conversation or while sharing laughter, placing your hand on her arm for a brief moment can heighten the sense of warmth and understanding. It's important to approach these moments with sincerity, as authenticity shines through actions that come from a place of genuine care. When she senses that your touch aligns with your words and your overall demeanor, it strengthens the bond forming between you. Timing and context are essential when incorporating this gesture into your interactions. Use it sparingly and purposefully at moments when you notice she may need reassurance, comfort, or a feeling of shared joy. The touch could be fleeting, perhaps lasting only a second or two, but the impact can linger. For instance, imagine a scenario where she shares something personal with you. By softly placing your hand on her arm as you listen, you demonstrate empathy and attentiveness. This small action can help her feel validated and supported even when words might fail to perfectly capture what you want to express. It's equally important to stay mindful of her comfort and boundaries. Every individual has their own degree of openness to physical touch, and respecting her cues will show emotional intelligence and sensitivity. Look for signs that indicate how she responds, not just verbally but through body language as well. This careful observation ensures that your actions nurture the connection rather than unintentionally creating discomfort. Ultimately, the touch on the arm isn't about grand gestures or intricate techniques. It's about being present and intentional in your interactions. It reflects care, attentiveness, and a willingness to share in her emotional world. Whether it's during moments of joy or times when she simply needs someone to lean on, this subtle touch serves as a gentle reminder that you are there, fully engaged in the moment with her. When used thoughtfully, it can be one of the simplest yet most impactful ways to deepen your connection. 5. The touch on the shoulder. The touch on the shoulder is a deeply meaningful gesture when creating stronger connections with women, especially within the context of Stoicism. This small, almost understated action holds an extraordinary power to convey care, calmness, and quiet support. It resonates as a gesture of presence, a nonverbal way of saying, "I'm here for you and you can rely on me." One of the most beautiful aspects of the shoulder touch is the emotional reassurance it provides. Life can feel overwhelming at times, and moments of vulnerability are inevitable. When you place your hand gently on her shoulder during such times, it communicates far more than words could. It becomes a comforting signal, one that calms anxieties and reminds her that she's not facing those challenges alone. This simple touch embodies a quiet strength, showing her that you are steady, caring, and protective without the need for grand or overly expressive actions. To use this touch effectively, approach it with natural ease and intention. Timing and context are everything. This gesture works best during moments that call for solidarity or understanding. For instance, if she's upset, stressed, or reflective, a quiet hand on her shoulder can bridge the emotional space between you. It signals that you're grounded and that she can lean on your unwavering presence. However, the shoulder touch isn't exclusively reserved for emotional situations. Even in relaxed or celebratory moments, this act can reinforce your connection. A calm yet confident touch on her shoulder as you share a laugh or engage in conversation brings an air of closeness and intimacy. It's an unobtrusive yet impactful way to say that she has your full attention and that her presence matters to you. When applying this touch, be mindful of its energy and delivery. The key is to ensure it feels natural and free from tension. Avoid heavy-handed pressure or rushing. These can inadvertently make the moment seem awkward or forceful. Instead, maintain a tender and steady touch, allowing her to feel the quiet reassurance of your gesture. Above all, the shoulder touch is not about taking up space or asserting dominance. Its power comes from its subtlety and emotional depth. It reflects Stoic strength, a strength rooted in kindness and emotional awareness rather than bravado. By mastering this gesture, you embody a sense of enduring calm, the kind that fosters trust and nurtures a deeper emotional bond. The key takeaway? The touch on the shoulder is a timeless way to build trust, communicate security, and create moments of closeness that remain etched in her heart. It reminds her that she is safe, valued, and never alone, no matter what the moment brings. General tips for all touches. Physical touch, when used meaningfully, serves as a bridge to foster trust and intimacy. It communicates emotions in ways that words often cannot, but it must be handled with respect, sensitivity, and mindfulness. Below are some thoughtful tips to ensure your touch resonates with genuine connection. 1. Intentionality and presence. Every touch should carry intent. Instead of being mechanically delivered, focus on being present in the moment. A light brush of the hand or a supportive touch on the shoulder speaks volumes when done with full attention and care. Women can sense authenticity, and your touch will hold more meaning if it aligns with your emotion. 2. Understanding boundaries. Not all moments invite physical interaction. Respect is paramount. Honor the pace at which the connection unfolds. Create an environment where she feels safe to express her comfort levels, and trust that patience builds deeper ties than rushing. 3. Emotionally charged gestures. Physical cues like a warm squeeze of her hand during a meaningful conversation or gently fixing her hair when it falls in her face can amplify emotional bonds. These small gestures convey attentiveness and empathy, showing that you're attuned to her presence. 4. Energy and stoicism. Stoicism thrives on self-awareness and emotional balance. When sharing physical contact, regulate your energy to exude calmness and groundedness. A serene touch will reassure her and emphasize your reliability, providing a soothing presence in her life. Ultimately, the key lies in synchronizing touch with emotional openness. Physical connection isn't about grand gestures, it's about the thoughtful, subtle actions that align with mutual understanding and shared moments of trust. When infused with Stoic care, touch becomes a nurturing tool to deepen connections authentically.